Hey, welcome to Larry's Library. Welcome to another check-in. I'm here live with my daughter, the Comic Slayer, also known as Kristan.
Hello. I was early. You were late.
Yes, I was very late. Got a fancy new camera, and I don't really know how to use it, apparently. Because this is not the framing I wanted. I wanted a little tighter, and I can't seem to get it to respond. so it's this is what I'm going to have to go with. I'm happy with the lighting and the way it looks. I just wanted a tighter deal here. So what are you going to do? You know? Garage Geek is here. Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, good morning to you. James is here. William Lee. Good morning, sweet world. Well, it can be. Yeah. She got me.
Mm-hmm.
Garage Geek says we got to be brutal to me. Sound like both of your YouTube dads have. So yeah, but I have an excuse though. I've got a tech upgrade here, and I still have to figure out how to do it.
That's no excuse. You could have been here early, like I was.
Well, I did a test run of this.
Out.
I did a test run of this yesterday, and I figured out the light and all of that, and it's, I think, perfect for what I'm wanting here. But apparently, I have to do the zoom before I start the USB streaming on the camera, or it just refuses to cooperate. So it's a prime lens; it's not a zoom, but you have a clear image zoom, they call it, where you can zoom on the sensor itself by a little bit. But anyway, hey, Super Laugh Heart, he's here. The collector is here. 936, the Golden Fields of Southeast Indiana. Really? Because I thought we're not southeast. We're south, not southeast.
Yeah, we're not southeast.
Yeah, we're just south, or I'm just south. You're over the line. But
I'm actually in the south. Yeah.
Yeah. There's more than corn in Indiana. Well, you wouldn't know it by looking around my house right now, because I have they must be 10 feet tall, the corn stalks, the corn fields around my house. How's that new packaging?
For what?
Yeah, not sure. Well, it was supposed to, William Lee. My copy of Detective Comics by Peter J. Omnibus arrived today. Hurrah, says Super Laugh Hard.
Awesome.
I read that as Peter J. Omnibus. That sounds like a YouTuber name, doesn't it? A YouTuber name?
Not a good one.
No. Yeah. Kyle L. says, hello, everyone. I'm so glad it's finally weekend.
Hello.
Yeah,
that's rough.
Yeah. He's out in L.A., I think. The collector. You are Evansville, and it always confused me at the time. Well, I'm not Evansville. I work in Evansville. But I'm very close to Evansville. I can get there in 30 minutes. Yeah. So, and that's where I was born, and that's where Kristan was born, and we grew up. But
yeah.
Yeah,
the time zone thing is weird though, because you can go like an hour outside of southern Indiana and it's Eastern.
I'll lean in since I can't move my camera any closer. I'll just lean
in.
Yeah, that's that. So we finished watching Secret Invasion on Disney Plus. You haven't watched that yet, have you?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Very disappointing. I'll give you that.
Well, then why would I watch it?
Well, I love all the actors in it. The acting is just top notch, perfect. Sam Jackson's just a treat, But yeah, why did they not just take the Brian Michael Bendis plot and just do their best to duplicate that? Instead, they try to make it like almost a Nick Fury solo piece, right? And there's hardly any superheroes in it, period. Pretty much none. So, I mean, and it just plods along very slow. I mean, I had to watch that.
I don't have to watch that.
I had to watch it. I love Sam Jackson, and I love the characters, and I love the original comic book Secret Invasion a lot. But this is not that.
So it wasn't worth your time.
Yeah, I think so. But just very disappointing because, I've read Secret Invasion. So the collectors talk about IST packaging. Yeah, it's fine, but I think they still use the foam when they have it. I think they just don't always have it. Isn't that how you get it, Kristan?
That machine is down sometimes, from my
Okay.
understanding.
Super Laugh Hard says, "Have you both had a good week or month?" Yeah, I think so. You?
Yeah, it's been all right. Saw Barbie. That was exciting.
Garage Geek. So he's talking about Secret Invasion. It was bad. Yeah, it wasn't what I wanted, and it was slow and disappointing. But other than that, it was great. Not very ringing endorsement, is it?
No.
James Abel, you want to read this?
Happy 5th anniversary to you, Maddie. Fangirls anniversary, episode 1 came out August 5th, 2018. James, do you have like a list of this stuff? Like, how do you know these things?
He's got like 30 tabs open, and he's
yeah,
he's
that's
ready.
wild. Thanks for that, James.
Yeah. Uh-oh. See if I can learn how to do what I'm doing here. Lisa, Secret Invasion might be the worst Marvel content that I've seen. I haven't seen every single one of them, or of their properties, but I've seen most. And yeah, I mean, it had all the makings there. Man, the acting is phenomenal. The cast is phenomenal. The collector, I'm so confused how they had that large budget and not much to it. Right, exactly. Budget out of this world, not a single superhero. Thanks, Disney. Super Live Artist, nearly 6 hours, and that time would be better spent reading something above mediocre. Yeah, that's a good argument. I can't really.
And that's what I'll be doing instead.
There you go. Garage Geek says, if you are into Marvel, you are stuck watching all the shows.
It's not true. Just look at me. I'm into Marvel. I'm not watching all the shows.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm watching all of them, but I'm much closer to that mark than you are. You know. So.
Yeah, I'd rather watch something else.
James says Peacemaker was a better Secret Invasion TV series than Secret Invasion was. Yeah. I thought the Skrulls looked great, though. Anybody who's seen it, tell me what you think. But they looked fantastic. The romance thing was drawn out too much. The whole thing was drawn out too much. Somebody needed to light a fire under somebody and get that plot moving, you know? Calendar reminder are very helpful.
Ah, nice.
Oh, is he talking about the time zone thing? Or no?
The anniversary thing, Dad.
The anniversary. I've had a stressful last 20 minutes. I'm trying to calm down.
I don't think it's working.
Oh, the collector. The zombie white snake girl was a sign that this show is going to be off the wall for Peacemaker. Yeah, I've heard so many good things. I've seen a few clips that look really great. Have you watched any of it, Kristan?
Any Peacemaker?
Yeah.
No. Just read Kyle's comic.
Okay. Rhodey was really good, though. Yeah, I got a bone to pick about Rhodey. And maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but I liked the original Rhodey better. And yeah, I mean, Cheadle's acting was fantastic, no doubt. But man, they changed the Rhodey character so much. I mean, Rhodey in the comics, he was blue collar, He was Tony Stark's helicopter pilot. He was a mechanic. He was a Vietnam vet, but he was not military intelligence. I mean, that's just not what he was. He's like a completely different character. Super Laugh Heart says the live action Spider-Man TV show from way back when was better than Secret Invasion. The one where he had the metal, the bright silver bracelets over his costume. They didn't even try to hide it. Yeah, I had fun with that when I was a little kid. I don't think Kristen's seen any of those.
Nope.
Yep. Garage Geek agrees Peacemaker was fun. But you seen something you really liked the other day. You seen the Barbie movie.
I did mention that. Yep.
Yeah. What'd you think about that?
It was amazing.
I know you liked it. But,
you need to go see it. It's so good.
What do you think about the criticisms where people are saying, well, this is a man-hating travesty? Crap.
I think I know exactly who's saying that. That's what I think.
I haven't watched any of the videos.
There's no man-hating.
I've seen thumbnails, I've seen like
a lot of patriarchy talk. So if you have a very fragile ego and you think every piece of patriarchy
attack on men,
right, then obviously you're going to be insane about this movie.
Yeah. And also it's a comedy, so it's done with humor anyway, right? I mean,
yeah. but also it's great.
Yeah,
Very well done.
we'll see it eventually. The collector says Kingsley Ben Adir was going for the Lifetime Achievement Award with his acting. He is going to be Bob Marley in the new movie. Now, who are we talking about here? I mean, I know the actor, but
I don't know the actor.
come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah. So, is this the first? How long had it been since you've been to a movie theater movie?
Long time. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was free, so that's why I went.
Why was it free again?
My workplace gave me 2 free movie passes
Why?
because they like their employees. Everyone got them. We all got
Wow.
2 free movie passes. Yeah.
Wow. What's that like? Having an employer did that.
It's great. Yeah.
That's
We
amazing.
had it for like months, and I was just like, what should I go see? And then it was like, yeah, this is the right time.
They try to give us dumb T-shirts that I won't wear, or polo shirts that I also won't wear.
Oh, I love a free t-shirt that I can wear at work. But you can wear anything at work. I can't. So like when we get free t-shirts, it's the best.
Well, actually, they came out with a dress code a couple of years back, but now that we have to wear high-vis vests anytime we're in the warehouse, they can't really enforce the dress code for shirts because it's under the vest, so they can't really see it. You know, because like this would be illegal because it has a graphic on it. But now that I have to wear a stupid bright green vest on, it obscures it that, they don't even try to enforce it now. So now I can wear all my old T-shirts. But for a while there, me and your mom had to go buy a bunch of plain tees because we didn't have any plain tees. Every tee we had a graphic on it.
Sure.
It's so dumb, Oh, but get this. If it's sports related, you can wear that.
Why?
What? I don't. That's just what they've decided. If it's some kind of sports team, that's okay. But if it has the NASA logo, no. Or Spider-Man, no.
That's actually crazy.
Doesn't make any sense. Hats. Yeah, you can wear hats, and I wish I took a picture of it, but in the company signs they have posted, all throughout the warehouse, they had an example of what's okay and what's not with a circle slash, right? And it showed a guy with a hat on that said NASA. And it said no, circle slash. And then it showed another guy with a hat with like a New York Yankees, and that was okay.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I get like if it says something inappropriate or like it's an inappropriate graphic. Yeah, absolutely. Well, but like,
I think the premise was that they were tired of arguing about what was appropriate. So they just decided to ban everything. But except they made some kind of exception for sports, which I don't know why that.
Yeah.
Oh, he was Gravik. He seemed over the top. Okay, yeah. Well, I thought his acting was fantastic. I wasn't familiar with the guy, but man, I thought the Gravik character was awesome. That guy can act, We believe these are some dumb rules. Yes, dumb rules is the name of the game where I work during the day. Rosie says, can't stay for the stream. I'll watch the Slayer, but thank you so much for the content. Well, thank you. Yep, check it out later. Yeah. So what have you watched on TV?
Well, as you know, we finished Yellow Jackets, which you really need to watch because you're gonna love it. And I don't understand why you're not watching it right now. Get off the stream and go watch it. You're gonna love it. It's got
so what is that about? What is that about anyway? Give me a quick.
Okay, so we're back in the 90s. We start out in the 90s, and there's a group, a sports team, if you will. You love sports, of girls, like teenagers, heading out to they take a plane because they're going to like nationals or something. I don't remember exactly. Sports, I don't know. And their plane goes down. So then they're stranded. It's the 90s. You can't call someone. So they're stranded in the middle of nowhere, hoping to get rescued.
So like early 90s then, I guess, probably.
Yeah. And it's all of the girls and their coach. and they're all just like trying to survive.
Where
And
are they stranded at?
they don't know. You don't know.
Is it like mountains, or is it like an
Yeah,
island?
there's like mountains and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
And maybe there's some supernatural elements, and maybe there's some light cannibalism. Like, what's gonna happen? So it's great. And then you go from the past to the present, and some of the girls are there and they're grown up, some of them aren't. So you're like, did they die? What happened? And they're like still trying to live their lives, but also deal with whatever
So this
happened
has
back then. Maybe there's a cult. I don't like, is there a cult? What's happening? So Juliette Lewis is a present day one of the girls. Juliette Lewis, Christina Ricci, who's so good in this too. Like, so many great actresses are like present day. You're gonna love it, and you love Juliette Lewis, so I knew you'd have to be in for that.
So, is this kind of like Lost vibes then, with doing the flash forwards? And
I think it's better.
Wow,
and it's more brutal.
I mean, I could see that if you're talking about Lost last 4 or 5 episodes, but just Lost in general is pretty high bar.
But it's still more brutal because Lost was on a network,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's way more brutal. Also, there's cannibalism, so it's basically like Lord of the Flies, but they're all yeah.
Is there going to be a supernatural element at all, or do we know?
No, there is. I said that.
We said there was a cult, but
no, I said, is there a cult? Is there supernatural stuff happening? There's definitely something supernatural happening. Yeah, like
gotcha.
There's something going on.
Well,
also, yeah. So, did you ever watch Santa Clarita Diet?
Yes, I don't think I think we may be behind, but we watched a lot of it.
Behind? There's only 2 seasons.
Okay, I think we must have seen it all then. I'm sure your mom will weigh in here in a minute. We've seen it quite a bit.
Okay, well, one of the actors in Santa Clarita Diet, they're in it, and they're wonderful. They play one of the people from the 90s. Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Yeah, Garage Geek says, I'm glad you have some weird archaic dress code. That's what you get for being late. Okay, your mom just said we didn't finish it.
You guys, there were only 2 seasons. Go back. What is wrong with you? You need to watch Yellow Jackets, and you need to watch Righteous Gemstones, because you're going to love that too.
What was the last one?
Righteous Gemstones.
Okay.
Which you got the son from Santa Clarita Diet. You got John Goodman. John C. Reilly created it, and he's the main character. Adam Devine's in it. Like, the cast is perfect. You will laugh out loud because it's so funny. You have HBO, right?
No.
Okay, well, get HBO again just to watch Righteous Gemstones. There's only 3 seasons right now. Get caught up. The last 3rd season just ended. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. You need to listen to me.
The collector says, yeah, he is real good. He was like the singer that made the other look bad when singing a duet. Oh yeah, that he did steal every scene. Talking about the guy that played Kravik in Secret Invasion.
I'm talking about good TV though.
Sorry.
You don't have to watch bad Secret Invasion. You can watch this good stuff. I'm telling you to watch.
There is a lot of killer acting in that, though. I will say that. Rosie says, I lied. I'm still here. What does Kristan think of Fallout Boy? Caught them last night, and it was such a fun show.
I love Fallout Boy. It's great.
I also love Fallout Boy.
Yeah,
I love their cover of We Didn't Start the Fire. Have you heard that?
Yeah, with the modern twist. Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
I like that one. I saw them on the Hella Mega Tour with Green Day and Weezer. Yeah, it was awesome.
Garage Geek says, I love Juliette Lewis. I was thinking Lost too. Yeah.
Garage Geek, watch it.
Okay. I think you sold me on that one. Garage Geek says, I started the 2nd season of Foundation last night. I'm a fan.
What? I didn't know
about Foundation.
No, because you need to watch Righteous Gemstones. What part of that are you not sold on?
Tell me about that.
Okay. It's all about the Gemstones, which are a mega church family. So John Goodman is the lead, preacher in the mega church, right? And his kids are John C. Reilly and Adam Devine and another, I don't know the actress name, but she's so good. Like, they're so good. And the whole thing is about how hypocritical it all is, right?
Right.
And it's just so good. It's so well
Is it a comedy, drama?
It's comedy, but there are also dramatic elements. Just watch the 1st episode. If you're not hooked, I will be very surprised.
Wait, Larry really trying hard to make Secret Invasion sound decent. Man, it has a lot of problems, but it has some awesome acting. you are going to be unsatisfied for sure. Yeah, especially if you love Bendis's comic and you come in expecting any of that, you're not going to get much of it.
I'm just not going to watch it. I mean, no part of me thinks this sounds nice to do.
Watery Wizards here. Good morning. Yeah,
Good morning.
Yeah.
Okay, Dad.
Okay. Yes.
Yellow Jackets, Righteous Gemstones. For both of them, you're going to have to get another streaming service. I'm so sorry to tell you. But it's worth it, at least for a month. Oh, yes. Please
Thank
do.
you, Kristan. You mentioned 3 shows that I now need to binge.
Please do.
Yeah. You know, every time someone says Righteous Gemstones, I keep thinking about that Adam Sandler movie that I haven't seen yet. What's that called? Cut Gems or something? I don't know.
Oh, you know what you should watch instead of that? Righteous Gemstones. I'm telling you, if you don't go watch that after this, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be so sad. You need to get it. You need to get into it.
Well, we are off this week. Maybe we'll watch Yellow Jackets. Maybe we'll do that one first.
What about
Righteous? We have that already. We have that though.
You don't have Showtime.
Yeah, it's part of Paramount now.
No, you have to add it on.
I don't think so.
Yes, because I went to Paramount Plus and it was like you have to add on Showtime. So I added on Showtime to Prime because it was easier. Yep, you can't watch it without it.
Watery Wizards, Uncut Gems was the name of that. Yep, everybody's telling us. Yep, I haven't seen that either. Crotch Geek says.
I haven't either.
Okay, there you go. So, do you want to look at my FOMO? You're going to be impressed how controlled it is now.
Am I? We'll see.
I think you are.
We'll see about that. This looks the same as it was before. I'm not understanding what's changed.
Well, but announcements have been made. Solicitations have been posted and early announcements have come about. And my list has not grown at all. I mean, do you see what month is missing here?
This month?
There is nothing coming out this month I, quote unquote need.
Well, then that's not like impressive. It just didn't work out for you.
Well, yeah, but even going into next year here, we're all the way to April of next year.
But there's gonna be more stuff.
No. Well, yeah, there could be. There still could be. Wait, you didn't mention that weird attack in your video chat. Weird attack.
No idea.
Yeah, I'm lost on that one, Garage Geek. You have to give us more info. Not grabbing the Phantom Stranger Omni. Come on, Watery Wizard. You're going to make it worse. Don't. I considered it. I thought about it.
He doesn't need that. Okay. You know what else you don't need? Nice House on the Lake. I think every month I'm going to tell you to take that thing off your list until you take it off your list.
Oh, yeah. Your mom texted me and then Garage Geek said at the same time, you were called an addict. Oh, yeah. And it went on and on. Yeah. David tried to defend me a little bit, and I appreciate that, David. And some others did too. But I think I mentioned it to you before, Kristan, that guy that every time I do an unboxing video, I have a guy that comes in the comments and he says that this last time he really upped the ante. He said that I will never read any of these books and that I'm an addict. And I get mad when he says it. That's what this is. I'm kind of paraphrasing what he said. And then, I'm never going to read any of these books. And I said, well, I do read my books because if you just look at my playlist, my reviews, you can see that I'm reading my books. And I mean, he just kind of over the top, I'm not sure if he's just trolling me or what the deal is, but
he's got a lot of time on his hands, I guess.
I guess. Oh, yeah. And that we were enablers. Yeah. The people that came in to defend me, more or less, he said that they were enablers. They were classic enablers.
I mean, listen, he's not exactly wrong. You are an addict. I mean, that's true.
but I'm not just buying books and not reading them. I'm not one of those
Well,
people.
you're buying
I
a
mean,
lot of
there
books
are
and not reading them because you haven't read them yet.
well, right, but you can see I am actively reading my books, and I'm buying them because I want to read them, not because I just want to have them.
But I have deeper thoughts on this, so I can spare you
Go
them
ahead.
in public. But you don't want me to? You want me to go? You want me to go for it?
Oh, go ahead. I don't care.
You don't have the money to be buying all these books. That's the
Well,
thing.
right, and that
That's
would
what
be
scares
that's a
me.
valid concern. And that's why I'm going on a strict budget starting this month.
Okay,
Very strict.
we'll see.
Here's one for you. So, what is wrong with Nice House on the Lake, Kristan?
Volume 2. Volume
Specifically
1
that one.
was wonderful. Volume 2 really took it down. So that's a bummer.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what's wrong with it.
Norwolf says I can be an addict when it comes to collecting things. Well, but he was literally saying that I was just buying these books, you know. Karajiki says I stated that there was something to it because I wanted to be polite, money, etc. But that person was rude and weird. Yeah, it got pretty strange, I thought. But
I don't know why you didn't send me that. I would have liked to hop in there.
Okay, I will. I was going to delete it, you know, but then I thought, but when I went in there to delete it and block the guy, I seen all these posts where people were kind of defending me or outright defending me. And I thought, well, if I delete this, then it deletes all of them, you know. So I just let it stand.
It's also engagement. So he's just giving you more engagement.
Their comments, you know. Super Laugh says the devil's advocate in me wants to know this. Larry, if you buy them to read the content, does that mean you intend to sell most of them after reading them?
No, he never sells, and that's part of the problem.
Well, now I will sell if I don't like the thing well enough to keep it.
Which you never do.
Actually, I've got a couple up right now that are for sale.
Like what?
Those Neil Gaiman books I bought that you told me I shouldn't have bought.
I did after you showed me the receipt.
Yeah, it was after the fact.
Well, because you didn't tell me beforehand. See, this is why all your purchases should go through me. And I'll be like, you don't need that. You're not going to like that.
Water Rooster said, you read way more of your collection than I do mine. I'm trying, and I'm trying to be better about it too. So James Abel says, I agree. You don't need Nice House on the Lake.
Thank you, James.
Wow. Well, you know, here's the reason I still haven't taken it off is because I really want to know what happens because I really like the first book.
Well,
so are you saying that I should read it in some digital manner?
Yeah.
First? And then if I disagree with your stance and I still want the hardcover, I'll buy the hardcover?
Sure. I mean, that is what you should do with a lot of your books. But yeah, this one in particular,
Now, in my defense, though, as I've stated before, I'm awfully good at picking stuff I'll love. I've only failed a couple of times.
It doesn't matter.
It has happened, but it's pretty rare. You know?
Here's the thing. You also don't need a copy of everything you've ever read. And you have that problem, too, because you think you do.
I do. I'm starting to get a little bit better about it, though.
We'll see.
Well, I've asked some things from this list that were on here before. And I guess I'd have to show you before and after. Well, that I've read in singles, and I was going to get the Omni, and then I decided, well, I don't need it. So I took it off the list. There's been 2 or 3 I removed. Your mom will vouch for me because I showed her. Super Laugher says, I intend to sell most of my collection after reading it. I presume it all can't be worth keeping, hoarding, unless it's a stone cold classic. Yeah, and that logically, that's correct. I like having them. I don't know. I don't really have a good answer for you, but William Lee says, I believe you should read more digital, only buy things you should reread. Well, I like reading physical, you know, I mean, that's.
Well, a huge thing I do is like, you know, I will, when I go to like a half price books or something, like if it's something that's a good price and it's at least half off and it looks like something I will enjoy, that's something I'll get, you know, like when we go on those trips, like we love getting stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And if I don't like it, I'm just giving it back to Second and Charles or something. Like I don't need to keep that. Or even if I like it. Like there's a book I gave 5 stars this year that I gave to Second and Charles. It's like I don't want to read it ever again. So 2, here you go. I don't need it.
That is wild. Watery Wizard says, as I tell my friends and family, it's not about reading at all. It's about looking at my shelf and going, wow, that's nice. Yeah, see, I don't do that. And one thing I should mention, and this is not to cast an aspersion on you, Kristan, or Jess, or anybody who displays their books the way I do. And I understand you don't have the room that I do. But in my normal shot for my videos that I shoot in the library, where I have my books behind me, I mean, you know this, but a lot of my audience probably don't. Everything there I've already read. It doesn't get shelved on my display shelves unless I've read it. So
yeah, I don't have room for that.
Right. But I do, at least if I keep it under control, I do. And that's how I'm doing it. So everything behind me that you can make out, I have read that. Not that I need a prize for that, but that's just to tell you.
I feel like you need a prize.
Maybe I do need a prize.
You think you do.
Noir Wolf says, I had one Funko Pop for the longest time. It kept saying, I know if I buy more than one, it will turn into a thing. I bought another one, and then before long, I had 50. Had to put the brakes on. Yeah, I think they Funko Pops actually they mate and they reproduce when no one's around.
I mean, Hey, I had a Funko Pop addiction, but it really worked out for me.
It sure did. She made a fortune, but I sold them on eBay for. I mean, a small fortune for sure.
Yeah, I got in at a good time, and then just was like, I don't care about these. I can sell these.
Yep. Garage Geek says, a shame that you never jumped to Epics instead of Omnis. They are so much cheaper. But are they, when you calculate cost per issue, are they cheaper per page if you do it that way? I think Omnis are, discounted, are actually a pretty good deal. He's replying to Nora Wolf. Yeah, about Funkos. Yeah. Nora Wolf says, I obviously buy a lot of books too, but I'm always reading and hope to read most of, if not all of them eventually. Yeah, and I absolutely intend to read every single one of them. It's good to, when you call it and stop. If you shop around, you can get one omnibus for roughly the same price as two epics. So that's not really a valid argument. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you look at the price per issue or per page, it's not as bad as you think. I pay $25 for epics. Garachki says Omnis are about 70, right? Yeah, actually, they went up a little because the discount went down because of all of the distribution that got changed. So now Omnis are averaging probably, I mean, there are still some $60 Omnis and even some that are 50 something. That might be a good average, 70. What do you think, Kristan?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it depends on the size, obviously.
Yeah, it depends on the size of the Omni. I got to explain all logic. I retract. Well, I mean, you're right in that it's less outlay of money at once. So that argument could be made. Yeah. William Lee says, I do believe omnibus is the most bang for your buck, and it is a premium format. Well, it's supposed to be a premium format, and I think most of the time it is, but sometimes they put too many pages in or they just don't get a good enough binding, and it feels a little less than premium when it feels fragile. When you're picking it up and it's, that can happen. But it's supposed to be a premium format. It was originally, right? And it's less so now. Wouldn't you agree, Kristan?
No. But also, I'm not getting many modern Omnis. Or not modern, just like current.
Yeah. But I mean, I could show you, you could just, I'm sure they're in your collection. You can look at one with the heavy paper and then look at a new one.
Oh, yeah, I don't care about
paper
that.
You could see through it. It is less premium, that's for sure.
I don't care about that, though. Takes up less space on my shelf.
Yeah,
That's even
nice. It does. There's advantages too. Yep. Yeah, I'm thinking. I'll tell you, I see one right here. I'm going to take off the Batman the Hush Saga Omnibus. I decided I want the absolute. It's totally out of print, but I bet it comes back eventually, and I should just hold off for that, right?
Yep. Take it off.
I'm going to take it off.
Wow.
Yep. Now, like I said, I reserve the right to buy a Batman Hush Absolute if I ever can get my hands on one for not an insane price,
You should just wait until that comes back in print, because you know what? When you've paid over cover for stuff, when you don't need to,
it's not been good.
No, and also it's not like you're immediately reading that, so you need it right then. Like, you can wait and see if it ever comes back.
I could probably make the argument that when I paid more than cover for Avengers Omni Volume 1, I did read that pretty quick, you know, and that stayed out of print for a long, long, long time.
And then it came back.
I think it did, yeah. More recently.
So you could have waited.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, the Marvel pages are thin AF. Yeah, they are thin AF. Super Laugh says, I confess, I but epics and omnis and single issues and trade paperbacks, but I don't have a problem. Yeah. Krajiki says, I love the compendiums except for Spawn, leaving out the covers. Yeah, that's stupid when they do that, isn't it?
So annoying, yeah.
Yeah. Hush Absolute is out of print. It will for sure be reprinted. It is almost evergreen. Yeah, it's totally out of print now. But Watery Wizard, I have stopped buying books just because they're a good price. I only keep things in my collection that I like. And that's sensible, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I won't buy something if I'm not pretty sure I'm going to like it. Here's the thing. Hold on one second. Well, can I get off camera?
What are you doing?
My nose is really itching bad. I didn't want to scratch my nose.
Okay. You can turn your camera off.
Oh no, you don't want to do that. The way this is on the tripod behind my screen, I can't reach the controls very well.
No. You hit stop camera right here.
Oh yeah, I could have just done that. Yeah.
You're supposed to be a tech guy. What's happening?
I don't know. I'm getting old, I guess. Watery Wizard says I have stuff. Oh, I already seen that one, didn't I? Especially with Spawn being known for their cover arts. Yeah, and everything really. I mean, use them as chapter breaks. Why would you not do that, right?
Well, and I think it's
what I was going to say. Go ahead.
I think it's Hickman who's notorious for like not wanting the chapter break. So there's like nothing. I could be wrong. You guys can correct me if that's
kind
wrong.
of annoying.
There's someone. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Unpopular opinion. He's kind of annoying.
Hick Ventures, get out of here.
We're gonna get a thumbs down for that, Kristan.
Yeah, we will.
Garage Geek actually passed on the Rondibus. No, you didn't. You don't have to pre-order everything, Garage Geek. You could go day of on IST and buy that. That's what I'm doing. I love Rob, but I just don't want to spend that much, and I don't want that format anymore. Okay, well, that's fair if you don't want it. I hope there will be epics, but I won't hold my breath. Well, according to Omar, who should know, he said that David Gabriel told him, I think I got the quote right, that this was going to be it on Micronauts and ROM, to not expect any other trickle-down formats. So, sad. Super Laughheart says, I've been trying to form the perfect collection for me, which means there has always been an end goal where I stop. The problem is good new stuff that I've got that I'm not read. Right, and that's what I was about to say to Kristan here. What I'm seeing by watching Omar's advanced solicitations and all that, and I think it's coming true, and I think you could see it if you look at this list, is there's going to come a time, and I think it's going to be sooner than later, where I'm mostly only buying new independently or independent or creator-owned stuff like the Brubaker stuff I read, right? And gallery editions of stuff that I've already read or I already have, but I want that gorgeous format. And I probably won't buy many Omnis after that point comes, which it's getting close. And that'll kind of be it, you know. My collection going forward will probably just be, as far as new buys, will be like the creator-owned stuff, like I mentioned, like Saga and the Brubaker stuff. And then it'll just be like gallery editions. As Marvel brings out a gallery of something that I love, I'll buy that. And those are not that expensive. So I could keep up with that without being, crazy in debt. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
So the future's bright.
Okay.
Yep. William Lee says, so what you're saying is buy Omnibus day one. Yes, do that. Especially if you haven't read it and you have an interest in it at all and you want to read it. Oh yeah, do it. Do it. I have every single issue and I've read them all already, but I want to see it in the large format, So. So what do you think, Kristen, about what I'm telling you about the future? The future plan
Mm.
will be almost entirely oversized hardcovers by creator-owned people, like Brubaker, and galleries from Marvel. And I'll have all the Omnis I ever need at that point.
Do you think you can see a future where you go beyond the big three?
Well, what do you mean by that?
I don't know how else to say it.
I mean, what are you calling the big three? Image, Marvel, DC?
That's the big three.
Are you counting Dark Horse?
I mean, yeah, I'm talking about any of the bigger publishers.
I don't know, because I like buying the premium formats better, as far as my
Don't you just
collection.
want a good story though?
Well, yeah, but it's not like we don't have just an endless supply of good stories. I mean, we really do. It's almost like the actor strike. Now, I mind it because people are not having their money, and I care about people, being in trouble, right? But beyond that, just as far as for me and what I'm seeing, as far as my content that I watch, I'm fine if they just don't make any new TV shows or movies for a little while. It's given me a chance to get caught up. I mean, I want it to be over so those people's lives are better, because I know it has trickled down to all of the, the camera people and sound guys and, and people like Freddie probably, I care about those people. But I mean, we have plenty of content, would you say?
Yeah, I'm just like, you're not, I don't know. I wish you would open up your mind to other worlds that you haven't.
I don't know. I feel like it's pretty damn open. I'm
Really?
reading a
Because
lot of
everything
very
on
stuff.
here is like Marvel and Image.
Yeah.
Okay. You're just reading the very popular stuff, I'm saying.
You think so?
Again, Marvel and Image, yes.
Oh, you mean, well, you're looking at it in really broad terms,
Right. I said open your mind. I just read so much good stuff that I think you would like that I know you won't try to read.
Odd if you type FOMO with an R of an F, it won't post. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff that you can't post. I tried to say I hate that or something in one the other day, and it wouldn't work. So I guess they've banned the word hate, literally. Project Geek says, when I see Kristan and her husband reviewing the indies, I'm jealous.
Thank you for that.
Matthew B says Omnis all the way. They review some great content out of the big three. Sleepy Reader 66 does too. Yeah. I've watched some of his stuff too. Kristan, have you watched him?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. You need to go down the 2000 AD rabbit hole to expand your mind. I read some stuff from 2000 AD. I'm a little bit familiar. I get tired of superheroes. Image does go in different directions, but still limited by the page count. Yeah. Yeah, and that's my thing too. So like when people try to get me to read some newer superhero thing, or maybe not newer, just new to me, I'm kind of reluctant because I have enough. I mean, most of these are things that I'm already into, or I'm just continuing. You know what I mean? Or I'm upgrading the format. But as far as like new stuff, like Invincible and Irredeemable, they have great reviews, and I like those creators. But I just don't really need much more superhero. I think that's why I like a lot of Brubaker stuff and Brian K. Vaughan, because they're more sci-fi and less superhero, or they're crime noir or something like that. They're different genres, and that's really what I'm into as far as newer stuff, newer properties. The problem is independent books don't have premium format, which Dad likes to buy. Yeah, exactly.
That's a big blanket statement. That's not true, though. I mean, you have Scurry.
But I think on average, that's tends to be true. Yeah, I have Scurry, and I love that. Yeah.
Again, I think that's a blanket statement, but also you just need to get your mind beyond that, because you still buy trades if you have to for something that you know you're going to enjoy,
No, I don't.
You've done it. I've seen you do it.
When? It's been
I mean,
years
it's
since I
been a
bought a
bit,
trade.
yeah, but
Yeah, it's been years. Yeah.
it's just all, you got to get beyond the format.
I've been reading Mark Russell's Traveling to Mars, really enjoying that. Interesting. Superhero is simply one genre, and for me, comics does not mean superhero. Exactly. Another thing is uniformity with independent books. They're all crazy on shelves. And, I don't mind that at all. I know it drives some people nuts. And, like, even when the spine changes, I mean, I'm not in love with it. I don't like it, but it doesn't really make me go crazy, I mean, my books, if you look at my main set on most of my videos, I have them in order. The creator-owned stuff I have by the author's last name, right? I have them arranged just like a classic library. And then on the company-owned stuff, Marvel, DC, etc., those are arranged by alphabet, but by group or character. So that does do this, and I don't mind it at all. Yep, cycle. That's what I do. I don't want to conflict with other popular streams too much. I know Kristan says, "Oh, who cares?"
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter at all. Well, no, it's just not always true. So, for instance, here's a Drawn and Quarterly book. It's a hardcover, Dad. It's a hardcover.
Yeah.
That just happens to be near me. It happens a lot. I mean, Drawn and Quarterly too. Like, they're a known publisher. You just haven't read anything from them.
I have some Drawn and Quarterly.
Really, what?
I don't know offhand, but I do.
You do?
Because you gave them to me.
No, I've never given you a Drawn and Quarterly book.
Well, I have some. You want me to look in my database and see?
Sure, absolutely. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think I might be able to search by publisher.
Here's a nice chunky hardcover for you. Huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind reading that. I would.
I think you would actually really enjoy it. Beautiful art.
All right, hold on. I'm over here searching my database, trying to.
Cycle, actually, I'm glad you're here because my dad's trying to say he can't read independent books because of the format.
I did not say that.
That's what everybody's saying in the chat.
Yeah. That's not what I said.
Yeah, that is what they're saying in the chat, yes.
I'm saying there are so much things to read. I don't need to hold on. Yeah. I wish I'd thought about doing this. I wish I'd had this question before I got here because I can't do it right now. But yeah, I have some Drawn and Quarterly stuff.
I don't
totally
believe
do.
it.
I do. Yeah, did you turn and vomited?
No, again, that was me grabbing something that was a hardcover. Okay.
Mary's here. Hey, friends.
Mary.
Hey, Mary. Is this like one of those accountant programs? It's actually, it's just, it's a Word document with tables is all it is. And I start by getting what my favorite YouTubers elect as best reads of the year for independence. Cool. And you know what? Me and you quibble about what is an independent. I say an independent is, I guess you're talking about publisher. I'm talking about the creator. If the creator owns the right to the character and it's their work they can take to any publisher they want, I lump them together with independent. I say indies and creators are together.
Listen,
creator owned and independent.
We have a big three now. So when I'm talking about smaller books and publishers, I'm not talking about Image.
Specifically. Yeah.
No, even books. I mean, Image is not an independent publisher.
Most of the stuff they publish is creator owned. Most of it.
We're talking about something different here. You also need to read this because I think you'd really like it. And it's
here's the thing. Here's the thing. A lot of your indie
this is not a smaller publisher, but
a lot of your indie creators, if they could move their work and republish it at Image or Dark Horse, they would, and they do.
It happens. Sure, but you have to support them first.
Right. I see what you're saying. Cut out all Marvel from your reading diet and be free. Well, a lot of the Marvel stuff that I'm buying are just collecting stuff I already have, and I'm not necessarily reading it at that moment, or because I already have read it. What top 3 independent reads would you recommend? That's probably for you, Kristan.
Yeah, that's hard. I don't know that this is necessarily a top 3, but like off the top of my head, Oh Human Star, which you can get directly. In fact, you can read that online for free as well. So good. By Blue Delaquanti. I gotta figure it out. I don't know. That's one. That's a huge one.
Cycle says he quibbles about what 2 + 2 equals. It's all state of mind.
It's like, what does punk mean?
Yeah, that's a whole thing, isn't it?
It's very similar, actually.
Yeah, it totally is, because if your band is producing punk music and then they later put the album on a big label, are they somehow less punk? I don't think so. But
musically, potentially.
Well, not if it's the exact same material. They just,
Usually it's not, though. I can't think of any.
Cycle with his goiter recommendation still. Watery Wizard, I will be starting Swamp Thing for the first time soon. Awesome. You will love it.
Which
Maybe
Swamp Thing?
you'll love it. I love it. Garage Geek says, Christy just made a video with the best reads. Watch that. It is great with her hubby. Yes, it is. It's very good.
Thank you.
Punk is anything that annoys grandma. Yeah, but what about when your grandma likes punk?
Mm-hmm.
For example, if Kristan has a child, then I'm a grandpa, but I like punk. So yes, they are less punk. Oh, he means if they go to a bigger label. Okay, if they do that. Would you say that, Cycle? Would you say that about about Ramones? Are Ramones less punk? I don't think so. Cycle's on a tear. Super Lavar says, start Swamp Thing from the start before Almore. It's all good. Yes, I agree. It's all good, and the writing just gets better. The art is not quite as good later, but it's still good. Still really good.
You know what's weird? The only Swamp Thing I've read is the New 52 Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Which is a massive beast.
Sure is. Watery Wizard said you'd be a grand punk. There you go. All right, Cycle. Settle down.
He got that
I
caps
wish
lock
I could.
on.
Yeah, I wish I could do the Anderson voice from Beavis and Butthead. Settle down there, Cycle. But I can't. So, what do you got coming up, Kristan? Can you preview anything?
I'll be on Justice Channel later. Tomorrow, the summer reading program on my channel at 1 Eastern with Jessica. That'll be fun. We have a good not sponsor for that one. Nostalgia.
Right. Love those.
Yeah.
It's a lot like a no prize. And a lot of people still don't get what a no prize is. You know what a no prize is, right?
Yeah, from you saying it, yeah.
Yeah, it's where in the old Marvel comics, Stan Lee would, and later other people, but originally Stan Lee would hand out a no prize if someone could come up with their own solution for a gaffe that they found in the comic, like a continuity error or some sort of faux pas where they call someone by the wrong name, or just anything, any kind of problem someone points out. The person that points out the solution makes something up that they find acceptable. They give them a no prize. And at first it meant they literally got no prize. They got nothing. But then he eventually started mailing actual certificates that said, you are hereby awarded this no prize. Yeah. So there's people that have these treasured no prizes in a physical form. Watery Wizard hasn't even had coffee yet. Cycle's been awake since yesterday. What are you doing, Cycle? Where should a noob start with Conan? Well, I think you should start with, if you're talking about comic books, I think you should start with Marvel's Conan, and those have been printed in a lot of different formats now. Even though Marvel lost the rights, you can probably still get those, in the used market for sure. And then Titan is reprinting them now as omnibuses. But yeah, I think you should start at the beginning. But if you did start with the more modern Jason Aaron Conan, I would not cry about that because it's really good and it might be more accessible for some, but yeah, I still think the classic ones hold up. 8 p.m. tonight is also acceptable. He's giving you ideas. Garage Geek says, I haven't either. If I leave my room, I have to take a ton of dogs outside to pee and they get all riled. I have to stay here very calm. Yeah, I watched your Friday night chats this morning, David, and I saw your one little doggy get all worked up and cuss you out, it sounded like. So here's what's coming up for me if anybody wants a sneak preview, because I am, let's see, 5 weeks ahead now on my videos. So the ones in yellow are edited, done, and uploaded and scheduled. And the one at the top there is I plan on shooting on Tuesday. That's supposed to happen with Elmo, cousin Elmo. So that's a sneak preview if anyone cares.
You know,
and you see,
so
I read those books.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Never mind. I figured it out.
You did?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wait, when are you fitting in Righteous Gemstones?
I don't know, because we have to do something to acquire that.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
David says, I see Elric. I devoured the actual books as a kid. What a wild ride. Yeah, I did too. I read the original 6 or 7 paperbacks when I was probably freshman year or maybe before that. So that's going back a million years. Super Ted was a cartoon, my bad. Must have missed that. JT White Wolf Library Series, exciting month ahead of content, Larry. I love your top 10s. Thanks. Yeah, they're fun to do. People do seem to like them a lot. Cycle says, I will stream Righteous Gemstones on the OmniDog Discord if you want. Garage Geeks, come to my house, Larry. We can binge it together.
Take your first flight there. Down.
Yeah, fly to LA. Well, he invited me to a thing that was coming up. Was it Comics and Cocktails? Is that what you said, Garage Geek? I'm in for the comics, but
I was gonna say I don't see you in for the travel.
Yeah, that's the problem. I told him in a comment the other day, I wish we would hurry up and get teleport gates in place, to all the major cities.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. I'm probably not going to live to see it, though. Warrior says, I'm jealous of your productivity. I have a few unedited videos, but haven't made the time to finish them. Maybe I should get a schedule. Well, yeah, the schedule helps me, and most of my videos are not super long, so that helps too. So, yeah, the Comics and Cocktails today. Are you going to have footage and release a video? Because you kind of have to, right? Do that, and I will watch it, David. So, yeah. So you're on with Jess today, later?
Mm-hmm. I am.
And is there a theme or a subject for that one?
We're bringing back the I Bet You Like It challenge, where we pick 10 books, and I'll pick 5 for him to read. He'll pick 5 for me to read, and 2 weeks later we'll come back and talk about them.
Okay.
I have my books picked out.
Cool. That'll be fun. No, I just take picks. Laugh out loud. Now you won't watch. Yeah, I will. I will still watch. It's just going live at 1 because I'm still so wired I might be awake. Cycle ask you.
1 Eastern, yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I guess we probably better stop soon. And of course, as always, I want to thank my my awesome patrons, Joseph, Marcelo Ramos, Nick Tucker, and Outlaw Southpaw. I need to remake this graphic because the stupid StreamYard logo clashes into the text.
They want you to pay.
Yeah, they do. Everybody wants some money. And everybody wants more and more money, all the streaming stuff is going up. Every one of them. And just when I was really thinking about getting YouTube Premium, it went up.
I'm
big.
keeping it. Yep, I'm keeping it. I saw it, but I was like, I can't not have it. I watch too much
What
long form YouTube content to not have commercials.
I watch a I probably watch at least as much as you. It's usually not long form, but altogether it's hours and hours of content. And
Yeah,
YouTube is probably my major deal. I mean,
you need to get it. It's worth
yeah.
it.
What is it now? $14 a month?
I forget what it went up to, but I'm kind of like, I don't care. I need to not have ads. I watch like 4-hour videos, and I'm like, I can't have ad breaks throughout that whole thing. No,
Yeah, they are a bummer.
that's rough.
Cycle says pay to play, but he's got a pirate's life for him. But you can't really pirate YouTube, can you? I mean, you could do an ad blocker, I suppose, and get it that and take care of it that way. I don't know.
I watch all my YouTube on my TV nearly, so I couldn't even do something like that.
Yeah, you'd almost have to rig up some sort of router level blocking firmware.
At that point,
if something exists.
yeah, no thanks.
It'd be a lot of trouble. Water was a great stream day as always. Thanks. Kristan sold me on YouTube Premium.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mary.
Cycle says pirate everything but YouTube and the budget remains. Well, yeah, I guess that could work out pretty good.
YouTube
Even
Premium
Cycle endorses it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it is.
Yeah, and you know what? It's totally friendly to all your creators too, as far as creators that you love that are monetized, because they get guaranteed income from that, exactly the same or better than the ads. So
I'd say, I mean, yeah, it could be even better. I mean, because like you get
it's
guaranteed.
It's more stable for sure. It's
Yeah.
because it's the same rate all the time. Ad block works, and you can also download YouTube video using add-ons. Yeah, there's ways to do it. He's
Not on my
pirating extra hard. You can make an ad blocking Raspberry Pi. It's called a Pi hole. Yeah, I can see that.
I'd rather just pay for YouTube Premium, and then that money goes to creators that I love. So
yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Adblock was giving me, instead of ads, just a blank screen for some duration of the ad time.
That sounds even more annoying, honestly.
Yeah, and I gotta say, sometimes on certain websites, I'm gonna talk about video, but just ad blocking in general, when your ad blocker's working, sometimes it kind of jacks with the layout of the pages, because the pages have been laid out to have an ad here and here and there, and sometimes it just, the ones they have nowadays are a little better. I mean, I've got AdGuard, which is not just an ad blocker, it's also kind of a malware thing, but malware blocker, and it does pretty good. But it's not for video, it's just for, yeah, I guess we better get out of here. We've got a little over an hour, even with me coming in late.
I knew you'd be late. I was like, why did I show up early? He's late.
Well, one day I'm going to get it right. I mean, I actually, like I said, I tested all this yesterday and it was working great. And then it still was a problem. See, all my stuff now, because I've got an actual camera instead of using a webcam, it's all battery. I could get a dummy battery because, it being on battery, I'm worried about starting it too early to play with it because I'm just taking more battery, right? I know I shouldn't worry about it because, I mean, I think this thing will go 3 hours probably before I have to be too concerned. And I'm not going to do a 3-hour live stream, No, not going to do that.
I've done it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I know. I've watched a lot of yours, but usually I'm not in one sitting, Yeah. Ed Watery says, that being said, I watch on my iPad all the time, so I always get ads these days. Yeah.
Just get that premium.
Yeah. You know what I wish? What's the 8 a.m. stream tomorrow?
He's wishful thinking.
Oh, okay. I wish that YouTube TV wasn't so incredibly expensive. Because if it could replace my Philo service, I could, if they would give me like a bundle deal, YouTube TV Premium plus YouTube Premium for like a decent price, I would do that. But we looked into it yesterday, and YouTube TV is like $72, and they don't seem to bundle premium with it. How crazy is that?
Yeah, well, and there's a lot that goes into that, though, right? I mean, it's like
a lot of people are getting paid out of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like comparable to like cable, right?
Yeah, but I'm paying $16 for Philo.
Yeah,
And
that's
there's a
not
few things
everything.
on it's not everything, but there's a few things on there that aren't on YouTube Premium, like TV Land, for example. Not on YouTube TV for some
Well, I'm
reason.
sure they're offering stuff that you don't have
To
on Philo.
as
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of sports stuff that I don't care about is on
Right. And I think that's the huge thing because any
there.
sports thing is going to
On
cost
YouTube
money.
TV. I mean, yeah,
Right. I know.
yeah. So, all right, well, we're going to take off. So, thank everybody in the chat for showing up, and thank you, Kristan, for being here again.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, it's been good, and don't forget to watch Kristan's show with Jess later, and then your show. And what's after that? What'd you say was the next one?
Tomorrow, the reading update with Jessica.
Okay.
At the same time.
And that was a fun time.
Yeah.
And then hopefully Mary's back for next Thursday.
She will be. She told me. So this is the
Okay.
big exclusive. Mary will be back on Thursday, and we will have the reading update. It's going to be great.
Yeah, that'll be good. JT White Wolf Library, be good people. Yep, thanks. Thanks for being here. And we're going to cut it here. See you guys next time.
Bye.